Now, the e-commerce space here in India seems to be showing the first signs of a shakeout. Higher customer acquisition costs and, of course, funds that are only drying up could all be leading to it. So, the ECR caught up with some of the leading lights in the industry for this special panel discussion. You don't want to miss it.
With Flipkart saying let's buy, the predicted e-commerce meltdown has well and truly begun. How will 2012 play out in the overheated e-commerce industry was a topic debated at the 2012 Apex Summit. We got some of the most recognizable faces in the e-commerce industry to talk us through it.
I want to start this by going to you, Mahesh. Mahesh, everyone said that 2011 is the year internet had arrived, right? So everyone spoke about 100 million internet users and so on and so forth. So investors put in as much as $350 million into e-commerce, and yet we're seeing that some of those bets perhaps haven't really played out as well. Do you think it was a case of perhaps investors being early in terms of making their bet, or you think some of them have been executional issues?
Every business has executional issues. I think what really happened out here was investors, if 2011 was the year the internet came of age, 2012 hopefully will be the year the internet investor will come of age, having learned from all his terrible mistakes in 2011. Invested on the belief that whatever I buy, there will be a greater fool who will buy it at 4 times that price. The fact is that greater fool was always meant to be Amazon for everybody, because every plan I saw was Amazon. That greater fool has come and not bought anybody. So suddenly everybody's saying, oh my God, who's going to buy this baby? Right? So valuations have plummeted. We have seen, closure after closure, fire sale after fire sale. Actually, this is a good sign. I mean, I think we need to wake up. We need to figure out that you can't just pump a company at a crap valuation hoping that some guy overseas will buy it. Also, the other route, the only route that is left is the New York Stock Exchange. Typically, Indian companies which are not good enough to go public in BSE will end up on NYSE. Rediff will lose money for 16 quarters, will be delisted here, and will go out there and be seen as like the Yahoo of the Ganges. The problem is that all these companies that want to go there and be seen as the Amazon of the Ganges will have a problem. Amazon is already the Ganges, right?
One of the challenges being cited is the customer acquisition cost is very high, right? So consumers have been spending a lot on acquiring customers, repeat customers aren't that high. You made an e-com bet yourself. Would you say that therein lies the secret sauce of building a successful e-com company?
I think, one, if you look at the classic players around the world, they haven't spent a lot of money to acquire customers. They've done something so special that word of mouth has led them to acquire customers. Like I say, even today, Amazon has greater traffic from India than Flipkart has from India. Amazon has never advertised in India. So that's one. The second thing is, the old way of buying traffic was what I call the hunt way. You go buy an ad on Google, you drive a guy into your shop, and see that if he buys, and 0.5% of the time he'll buy, 1% of the time he'll buy. You pay 15 rupees for the click, you end up paying 3,000 rupees for the sale, and the guy never comes back. Because you make only 100 rupees margin on sale, he has to come 30 times for you to recover money. You don't make money. Today, at least with my investors, I'm pushing, instead of hunt, I'm pushing what I call the gather. Gather people into your Facebook group. Make sure you get their email addresses. Mail them. Update them. Cultivate that. They will come and buy from you at their own will. Don't try to force somebody into your shop.
Alok, we've already seen investors bundling two companies together to sort of find a marriage of convenience or inconvenience, as you refer to it, right? And there are a number of other e-com companies which are again losing money and burning cash, and they are on a very high burn rate. It's very difficult to stop spending that much amount of money. What do you think is going to happen in 2012?
So I think 3-4 opportunities, right? I think there's a huge opportunity for vulture capital. Huge opportunity. Just someone who just basically becomes the cleaner. Just a guy who comes and cleans up all this. Give everybody an ignoble exit, right? People don't deserve noble exits anymore. I think that also is a bad word. And I think bundle up, like you said. I think just pushing two pigs into a farm to make a buffalo is not going to happen. I think what we really need to do is slaughter the pigs. So I think conceptually, 3 things need to happen. One is kill them. Just exit, kill, bankrupt. 2 is, I think, pick up the pieces that are left out. Consolidate. As you said, sir, the entrepreneurial talent has been manufactured. Come Heather or come Hey or come Shine. Somebody has been given lots of money, and the poor guy is like never slept for 2 years now, trying to build something out of nowhere. That talent needs to be nurtured before he destroys himself. So the VCs can take many haircuts, right? Because the hair keeps growing. But I think the point here is that get the entrepreneur out, get some more content, get some more deals in the space beyond e-commerce. I mean, where is content? Where is analytics? Where is gaming? Where is sociality?
From an entrepreneur perspective, when we look at 2011, you open a newspaper and you would say e-commerce company funded. Same companies getting the same business models getting funded day in, day out. Everyone just following the same companies. What I would like to see in 2012 is, new ideas, fund ideas which are maybe for the local market, for the Indian markets. Today when we discuss e-commerce. What are we copying? A US-based model here. Ideas which are for the local markets. We ourselves are so big, 100 million internet users and growing.
So I think that the question is, because of all this euphoria with e-com, are other sub-niches being ignored?
Very much.
Okay.
Very, very sub-niches are coming by, and they are either on mobile or on the internet.
Okay, so they're not being ignored. They're saying they are available. Their sub-niches are available.
They are available.
Right.
In the mobile, for example, the kind of companies that I'm associated with is a missed call service, complete brand engagement on a missed call by Zipdial. This is first time innovation in the world, and we know that this is the thing that is new and fresh and break even within 2 years.
Sure.
Similarly, you look at another Jixi. Right. It's some video streaming on a edge network without a 3G network. So anybody can watch a 3-hour movie on that particular thing and continues. Again, breaking even possible in the coming 2 years.
Mahesh, I wanted to come to this new form of salvaging falling company, right, by investors, right? So in some ways we saw Tiger and Axel coming together to bring two of their portfolio companies together. At some broad level, we saw that with LifeBlob and Printo with Seed Fund as well, right? What is the incentive for the fund to do that, and what really goes on in the board meeting when you all are looking at the situation and seeing how to bring two companies together?
So actually, the case of Printo and LifeBlob was that they were in similar businesses. Printo had no technical backend, and we didn't make any money. Right. It was no big money out of it. We actually got out it. The entrepreneur actually made more money than us, which was a pretty okay thing to do. Right. I think what we are seeing right now is something far more serious. I was reading the other day that, for example, Flipkart loses 6 crores a month on some 4 lakh sales, or 4-5 lakh sales, which means the investors, Axel and whoever,
right,
are subsidizing the Indian public to 130 rupees per item.
Right.
So these are now not VC funds, these are charities. Right. At some point you have to stop pulling that customer subsidy that the fund is giving the public, saying come to my company to buy it. It's hard to merge two companies, because what have you merged? Okay. Eventually, if all your traffic is not loyal traffic, it's just bot traffic, there's no traffic.
So why merge and why not let die?
So I'll tell you why. Because it actually looks good on the balance sheet that I got an exit. So basically, a lot of funds in the US do it. There's actually a really nice thing that you see. There's a network of funds which say, you buy my dead company, I'll buy your dead company. I hear of at least 4 e-com companies which are on the block right now. All I can hope for is, look, I want venture capital to survive. I want risk investing to survive. I do hope investors have learned that you can't do copy-paste out here. Right. Unlike China, where you can build the Facebook of China, the Amazon of China, and the Google of China, the Facebook, Amazon, and Google of India will be Facebook, Amazon, and Google.
How much would you blame the investment community for what's gone on?
It's our fault.
No, it is indeed. Okay. I agree with Mahesh that it in a way is our fault, because we get greedy. We get greedy with 5x, 10x. Raising another fund 2 years later, today I'm 10 million, tomorrow I need to be 100, and blah, blah, blah. So I have to play those short shots to get the money again.
And the entrepreneur is just a recipient of your dream?
Well, he's also a part of the game, in fact. You see a lot of short-term, exit-oriented entrepreneurs also coming through who want to build a company and make an exit 3 years later like any other VC. So, well, yeah, he's definitely a part of the game too.
Sunil, your thoughts? Blame the investor, blame the entrepreneur, or this is all part of what the ecosystem needs?
ये सब माया है.
ये माया है, और इस माया में से बचने के तरीका is to live a life, a bootstrap life which an entrepreneur lives. If a fund manager is living a similar life, he knows the pains of execution, fundraising, the humbling experience of what entrepreneur is going through, the fund manager is going through. The 2% management fee should never be able to satisfy the needs of the fund manager. It is that there exactly the game goes wrong. If it is not going to be satisfying the needs of an entrepreneur, the entrepreneur hardly gets a salary in the first 5 years. So why should a fund manager be getting a salary out of the management fee? He should be sharing the upside. The way the entrepreneur only looks at the upside. The moment that economics is put in place, you have a winning equation. Then you are building the company rather than just saying that I'm an investor there, I'm riding the Merc back home, but entrepreneur is going in the autos here and there. So that differentiator has to go away.
Brings us to the end of this panel. I'd like to thank my panelists. The general view is that 2011 ended with a very rocky ending, but hey, 2012 is still bright, and the view from here is that both entrepreneurs and investors have learned their lessons. I'd like to thank my panelists for joining me on this panel discussion. Thank you very much for watching.